Welcome to What's Best's podcast. My name is Robert.
I'm Steve.
I'm Damian.
And I'm James. And seeing as last episode we were talking about pantomime, this week we thought we'd talk a bit more about a pantomime that we're doing this year. Obviously, we're not able to perform in person this year, unfortunately. We were going to be doing Dick Whittington this year on stage. But instead, we are doing a production of Cinderella as an audio pantomime from a script that myself and Damian wrote together about 2 years ago.
Well, you do ramble on, James, but if that's your thing, ladies and gentlemen, and you're watching on YouTube, why not spread some Christmas holiday spirit by hitting that like, comment, and subscribe?
And if you're listening to us on any other platform, please hit that follow button. I hear it jingle all the way.
by hitting that comment.
Well, 95% of it is pretty much James's at this point, including all the bad jokes.
Oh, yes. There's a few of them. Be prepared.
Almost all of the bad jokes.
Yeah, I've probably written 1 out of, 12.
1 of 12.
So the problem with writing jokes is that I tend to write jokes that I think are really funny. And then quite often no one else finds them funny, which just means that I find them even funnier.
Yeah. We've noticed that a lot
There's
with...
some choice ones.
Yeah, we've noticed that a lot with a lot of the things that James has written, actually.
And I mean, James laughs at his own jokes anyway, whilst we're just looking at him like, no, James, no. And then he starts laughing more. Like he says, he finds it more funny when we don't laugh at it.
To be fair, Damian, somebody has to laugh at his jokes, even if it's him.
Oh, yes.
So this script was originally written in 2018 for Anvil, well, not for Anvil, for Props Theatre School, but it was never done, and it's just been kind of sat around, and we decided to adapt it for audio this year as a kind of probably 20 to 30 minute long little production, and it features the 4 of us with Angharad, McCann, Sarah Nash-Burnett and Lynn Cuffin, and also Jacob Roberts, maybe, if we can get hold of him. So in this production, Robert is playing Prince Charming, Stephen is playing the old farmer Benedict's pumpkin patch, and myself and Damian are playing the ugly stepsisters, amongst other parts. How are we finding it? How are we finding performing it? Recording it?
Well, since we did just record it as well, I found it quite entertaining.
Yes, it was.
And it didn't feel as good as being back on stage.
No.
But it felt like it was almost to the point. I still really very much enjoyed doing it.
Yes, at that point, yeah.
Rob, you've never done a panto on stage before, or an audio play. So
No.
How have you found those experiences?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I've never done an audio play as such. So, I mean, I've done a lot of voiceover kind of stuff for my own videos and obviously this podcast. But actually, recording a play and just acting with your voice a little bit, I find that more harder to do than on stage because nobody can see you, you're just using your voice. So but it's been a fun experience, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And as I said, it's not as fun as being on stage and performing something live, but hey, we're in this situation that we're in, and you have to do what you have to do. And I always wanted to do various other things anyway. In life you got to try new things. So yeah, I really enjoy it, and as I said, I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, we've got plenty more audio productions in the pipeline, so
Cool.
I'm sure we're going to be calling on your voice again, as with Damian and Stephen. I recorded my parts yesterday, sort of on my own, and I'm at university at the moment. I'm in a house with 4 other people, and I just kind of told them to not be alarmed if they heard some sort of strange noises coming from my room. So they said, "Don't worry, we're used to it at this point."
Because what was that? It was a goose.
Yeah.
Well, after I finished recording my parts the other night, I went outside the room and I saw my neighbour walking past and said, "Sorry if you heard some screaming and growling like I'm a banshee. I was just recording some panto lines."
My housemate in the one in the room across the hall from mine, I said to her afterwards, "I'm sorry, I hope I didn't disturb your your study." And she went, "Oh, it's fine, I just put my headphones on." I've also asked my housemates if they'll do some hip hip hoorays for the crowd scene at the end.
Are they going to?
Yeah, they said, yeah, as long as they get royalties, if it becomes hugely successful.
So, hang on. What did you offer them as royalties, James?
I don't know, I'm not very good at business stuff, but I offered them like 50% each. I hope that's all right.
Wow.
Oh no, which means we don't get anything, and the charity that we're going to make it for doesn't get charity. Don't get the charity money.
Oh yeah, it's worth mentioning we are donating money to the Ucheldre Centre from this production this year, seeing as they've been closed since March.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
yeah.
My question was going to be, what was the, just so like the viewers know, what was the original reason that you wrote this panto?
Good question.
Do you want to answer it, Damian?
The main reason we were wanting this is because near enough November time, I think it was, for Props Theatre School, Helen wanted to do a quick pantomime for the Christmas show that was coming up. And her requirements were for it to be half an hour, have plenty of music in it, and plenty of laughs and giggles. She wanted me to do it, and then I suggested for James. Was that right, James?
Yeah, I think that's right.
And we started. So we started the project of working it together. I've added some basic stuff, and then James added loads of shitty jokes.
Yeah, I think you kind of you did the kind of the legwork of writing the sort of skeleton of the script, the kind of foundations, skeleton. And I just peppered it with loads of terrible jokes, and had a lot of fun doing it. I must say
it was funny. It was fun when we were working together on ideas for it as well, though. And we were just brainstorming really bad but funny ideas.
Yeah. We came up with the Uber joke. Well, Damian came up with the Uber joke, which is a joke that we ended up using in Aladdin last year. And it's basically the same joke appears in this script as well.
The idea of the joke is supposed to be for, we don't have the budget for it, so let's outsource it.
Yeah, I think we realised quite early on with sort of stage stuff, and particularly with Panto, that, Pantos usually tend to have quite extravagant effects and big budgets and stuff like that. And I think we realised that the best way to deal with the issue that we don't have big budget is just to make jokes out of the fact that we don't have a big budget. And that just kind of works because comedy doesn't have to have lots of money behind it necessarily. And sometimes it actually works better if it doesn't have lots of money behind it. So, yeah, that was quite a canny tactic that we came up with.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, you can say the same with like a lot of films out there. A film might have like a huge budget and they might have, lens flares and fancy text and all these effects and et cetera, and it looks really good. But the story to it is absolutely rubbish. So, the viewer tends to lose interest and starts to watch something else or whatever. But sometimes, I find a lot of the time, actually, especially with like the modern films, the older stuff, I think is just better because not so much the look of it. They obviously have a smaller budget and all of that, but the story is really good. So, it keeps your interest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Script over effects, definitely. I think it works particularly well with Panto because you can have like meta jokes are always a big part of Panto, and so it just really works that you can make jokes about the shortcomings of the production, and it actually adds to the production. So
It gives a nice special charm to it, really.
Yeah.
There's also a special charm to it when there's not much budget behind it, but that special charm just makes it more alive, really, in my opinion.
And they always say that restrictions breed creativity, and that's something that I found with music as well. Something that they at the uni I've been encouraged to do is impose restrictions on myself in order to make yourself think outside the box. And it's the exact same principle. It leads you down paths that you never would go down without the restrictions. And if you have all the money in the world and all the budget, then you don't have to think about
that's true.
Creative ways of doing things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true and interesting. I got a question. When you guys are like writing, it could be for this play or any other play that you've written in the past. Do you have some kind of inspiration, or someone that you look up to, or like where do you get your your ideas for like these jokes or the lines or whatever? Where do you get the ideas from?
Monty Python is a big inspiration for me. Like, just it always. They were I just think Monty Python were like the Beatles of British comedy. Mitchell and Webb as well. I love sketch shows, and I think a lot of the time I end up writing panto scenes as if they're almost like sketches in a sketch show. And I just I like just having a small little funny idea and just playing around with it for a few minutes. I don't know about you, Damian.
When I started writing a few stuff, I had inspiration from ideas that were similar to what I'm trying to achieve. Like some might see it as copying. No, it's just what could I do better is what I like to think about. What can I do better? Write it in my own way, then read the outcome. If it's any better, it's good. If not, I throw the idea away.
Again, it's a good way. Again, this is something that, as a musician, or as a music student, that sometimes you're told to write things in the style of other people. So sometimes it's like, oh, write a string quartet in the style of Mozart or something like that. And by trying to analyze and copy what people have done in the past that worked, then you can start to learn those skills yourself and find out ways of doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I think another inspiration is just Pixar films, particularly the ones I watched as a kid, like Toy Story and Monsters.
Oh,
Inc.
yeah, the OGs.
And things like that. Just because I think they do such a brilliant job of basically what Panto is trying to do, which is balancing humour and story that is appropriate and appeals to children, but also just having this level of humour and storytelling and pathos and all those kinds of things that appeal to adults. And so they just, it's like perfect family entertainment, and I think that's what Panto should be. I think Toy Story 2 is just like, it's just such a great film.
It is, yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's funny, it's got a great story, it's got this kind of sadness and pathos, it's got an amazing song. It's just got, it's just brilliant.
Is that one part with the chicken guy is like, oh, I got to drive all the way to work. Oh, I can't believe it, all the way to work. And he gets to this guy, he just goes over the road. All the way to work.
For people who don't understand what pantomimes are, think of it as Toy Story, as the kind of feel of what the whole movie is. Because in a sense, that's what a pantomime is, but on stage.
Yeah.
And that kind of humour that Rob's just kind of shown then is a kind of quirky humour that's in a pantomime.
It's like it appeals to children, but it's not just for children.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's a family thing.
It's got this kind of warmth to it. That it's not sort of tacky or kind of obnoxious in the way that a lot of children's entertainment is.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to play you a short little extract from Cinderella, which we were talking about before. It's just under a minute long, and it's not entirely finished yet. There still needs a bit of music adding to it, so I'm probably just going to use some music from previous Pantos. And it stars Angharad McCann as Cinderella and Sarah Ashburner as Buttons. Hope you enjoy.
Last night I fell in love with the most wonderful man I've ever met.
Oh, it wasn't Stinky Ralph the manure spreader, was it?
No, Buttons.
Because he smells just awful.
No, Buttons. I fell in love with...
Imagine the wedding. We'd all have to wear clothes pegs on our noses.
Buttons. I fell in love with Prince Charming.
Prince who? No, never. A prince? You? No.
Oh, well, Charming.
Prince Charming?
No, just Prince Charming.
But you said Prince Charming.
No, his name is Prince Charming.
Oh, I see. Prince Charming. So how charming is he?
He's well charming.
I'm confused.
So, one of the other things we've been working on for this Christmas is a series of audio versions of some of the Charles Dickens Christmas short stories. So obviously, he wrote A Christmas Carol, which is really famous, but there are a series of other short stories for Christmas that he wrote. Some of them are explicitly Christmas themed, others not so much, but they have kind of themes relating to winter and Christmas and things like that. So we're doing 4 of those. One of them is called The Signal Man, which is a ghost story. Another one that we've just recorded today with Stephen is called The Christmas Tree.
Yep.
There's another one called The Schoolboy's Story, and there's another one called Nobody's Story as well. So we're doing those 4, and they're going to be released throughout December this year on the YouTube and the Bandcamp and other places too, I'd imagine. So keep your eyes peeled for those. In fact, we had a preview of one of those in one of the previous episodes as well.
They all, just from the titles of them, they all sound very, very interesting.
Yeah, they're quite a diverse little bunch. They're quite nice.
What I was reading didn't quite go the way I was expecting it to go. it veered off slightly.
Yeah, it's a funny one, that one. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, you cope with it well, given that it's there are these very, very long sentences with tons of commas. So if you make a mistake halfway through, you kind of have to go back to the start of the sentence and do the whole thing again.
Yeah. Now the tree is decorated with bright merriment and song and dance and cheerfulness, and they are welcome, innocent and welcome be they ever held, beneath the branches of the Christmas tree, which cast no gloomy shadow. But as it sinks into the ground, I hear a whisper going through the leaves. This in commemoration of the law of love and kindness, mercy and compassion. This in remembrance of me.
Well, as mentioned before, this year we were supposed to be doing Dick Whittington on stage, and I wrote this script early on in the year thinking that we were going to be performing it this December, but hopefully we'll be performing it next December, and we thought we'd just do a little extract from it for you. It's actually just kind of made me a bit sad because I just remember having a lot of fun writing it, and I'm really looking forward to performing it on stage one day. But for now, I hope you enjoy this little extract with Damian as Sarah the cook, me as Alice and Tommy the cat, Robert as Idle Jack, and Stephen as Dick Whittington.
Well, it's 6 o'clock and still no Dick.
Maybe the tube's busy.
There's probably congestion on the Circle line.
Sorry we're late. The Circle line was really busy.
No, it wasn't. You just fell asleep.
We went round 3 times before we could wake him up.
Good job we weren't on the Jubilee line or we'd be in Stratford by now. Spoken like a true Londoner.
Mum, guess what? Have you heard?
Heard what, dear?
Well, Dick's been made the new mayor.
Really? The Mayor of London?
Yes, I've even got this hat to prove it. Isn't it amazing? Went to the palace today expecting to be cleaning the king's bum. And now I'm in charge of the whole city.
That's amazing! Congratulations!
What did you say to him to make him give you the job?
Don't know. I guess he just thought I looked intelligent, like a natural leader.
So, what did you have to do on your first day?
Well, I had to have lots of photos taken for the press. Then I pretty much just did paperwork for the rest of the day.
What kind of paperwork?
Shredding, mainly.
He gave me a job too. You're looking at London's new chief rat catcher. Oh, Tommy, that's brilliant. We've been saying for years that the king needs to do something about the rats problem.
Maybe they're finally listening to what people say.
Well, if there's one thing I hate, it's rats.
And as mayor, I'm going to help you all I can.
That's amazing. Thanks, you two.
Alice, look what Dick's got for me. It's a photo of Philippa. It says, "To Jack." That's me. Keep on being a cool dude. Lots of love. Lots of love? Princess Philippa.
Oh, bless. He was hugging it all the way home on the tube.
Jack, I hope he said a big thank you to Dick.
I did.
Now come along inside, a lot of you. You must be Hank Marvin.
Now that one I do understand. I'll be there in a minute.
Rightio, so moving on to the next segment of our podcast, we are moving on to the quiz, and on this week, Damian is going to ask us the questions. You guys, the viewers, can follow along at home if you wish. There will be a total of 5 questions to answer, so yes, as always, hope you enjoy, and let's get to it.
So, question 1. Richard Whittington, the real-life Lord Mayor of London and inspiration for Dick Whittington, was born in which century? Bonus points if you can give me the year. Next question. When Mother Goose is down on her luck and has no money, what creature arrives which could be the answer to all of her problems?
Creature?
Yes, which creature?
I've never actually seen Mother Goose, so I don't
Neither
have
have
a
I.
clue.
Question 3. How many years should Sleeping Beauty sleep unless her spell is broken?
Oof.
Ooh. No idea. I can't remember. Taking a guess there as well.
Question 4. Aladdin was originally one of the tales in a book of Middle Eastern folk tales. What was the name of this book?
If you read the Aladdin program, you'd know this.
And final question. J.M. Barrie famously wrote Peter Pan, but what does J.M. in his name stand for?
Guess.
I've got a guess there actually. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, is everybody ready for the answers?
As I'll ever be.
Yeah, let's go.
So, question 1 was Richard Whittington, the real-life Lord Mayor of London, was the inspiration for Dick Whittington and was born in which century?
I says 1362.
So that would be the 14th century. You get a point. So remember the year you've said, James.
I put 1350.
And Stephen, what did you put?
I put 1343.
Huh, we all said 14th century. So.
Yeah.
Well, the closest was 1350.
Oh, that's
okay.
open.
So what was the actual year?
Oh, the actual year was 1354.
Oh.
Nice.
The next question was, what creature was the answer to Mother Goose's problems?
I said a goblin, but I have no idea.
I just said a pig.
Well, the answer is a golden goose.
Ah,
Golden goose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Question 3. How many years should Sleeping Beauty be asleep unless a spell is broken? So let's hear your closest answers.
I think it's either 50 or 100. I went for 50.
I went for 100.
And Rob?
I went for 50 as well.
Well, James, you shouldn't have gone for 50 because Stephen's right.
Hey!
Aladdin was originally one of the tales in a book of Middle Eastern folk tales. What's the name of this book?
1001 Nights.
Anyone else got any answers?
I put 1001 Arabian Nights.
Mm-hmm. And what did you put, Rob?
The 1000 what? James.
Okay then. So you all get a point. Stephen, it's 1001 Nights.
Oh.
But it says Arabian Nights is also acceptable.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
And the last question. J.M. Barrie famously wrote Peter Pan, but what does J.M. in his name stand for?
Rob, what have you put down?
James Matthew.
James?
I've gone for John Michael because I think that's the name of the two boys in Peter Pan, but I might be wrong.
I did exactly the same thing, James.
Well, I got to tell you that James and Stephen are very much incorrect.
Oh, crap. What is the answer then?
James Matthew, like Rob said.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Was that a guess, Rob, or did you know?
No, I knew that one. That was the only one I knew.
How many points have you guys got then?
I got 3.
2.
I got 3 then. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got more points than James.
Yeah.
I got 3 as well.
I wins? Well, no. Steve just said he got 3 as well.
Win.
I don't win something after all. Damn it! Never win anything.
You win the joint prize, which is a joint.
Once again, we are coming up to the end of the episode, well, it's going to be the last episode of 2020, and I just want to add a little brief, I don't know what you want to call it, a brief note, if you like, just to say that originally I brought this podcast idea to the group, and I just want to say, thank you to you guys for making this happen. I knew, when I came to you, I knew, with your skill set, and you've done audio plays and stuff in the past. I knew you'd guys be up for it, and just since I've joined the group and joined the rep, 5 years ago, I wanted to start a podcast myself, but so just thank you for making this come true for me. So I just wanted to add that in, just this last episode this year. If you guys enjoyed the past 8 episodes, then you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, leave a comment telling us what you think. And, if you watch on any of the platform, then hit that follow button.
This podcast is now available on most streaming platforms, including TuneIn, Spotify, and Anchor.
And don't forget to check out the links in the description for our other channels and websites. And on that note, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody here and everybody listening. That's bye for now. See you in the new year.
Yes. And
Bye.
It's goodbye from me.
And again from me, thanks for asking us to be part of this. I've had a great time, and long may it continue. And to play us out, this is a song from Aladdin. This was the opening song from Aladdin last year, and it's called Monday Morning in Peking, and it features Callum Parker as Aladdin, myself as Widow Twanky, and Sarah Nashburner as Peasant. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy.
Leave it in.
Leaving it in. One take wonder. Okay.
The way you said
Merry Christmas. Happy New
Make
Year.
sure Sarah listens to this.
See you next
to the
time.
very end.
Goodbye.
You know we work all day and we sleep all night, barely scraping by with no money, no luck and no hope inside. So we work all day and we sleep all night, just hoping to find the one thing that will make everything alright. You wake up on a Monday morning, wave your family goodbye, doing honest work for honest pay, but did you never wonder why you never managed to fulfill your dreams? No, this ain't how it's supposed to be. So we work all day and we sleep all night, just hoping to find the one thing that will make everything alright. Look at all this laundry, yeah. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. Yeah, what a beautiful day. Oh, what an opportunity. Look at all this laundry, yeah. Every morning opportunity knocks at my door. He says, hey, are you ready? I say, yes I am, 'cause it's a beautiful morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Oh, what an opportunity. Look at all this laundry, yeah. You know we work all day and we sleep all night, just hoping to find the one thing that will make everything alright. You know we work all day and we sleep all night, and scraping by with no money, no luck and no hope inside. So we work all day and we sleep all night, just hoping to find the one thing that will make everything alright. Just hoping to find the one thing that will make everything alright. Just hoping to find the one thing that will make everything alright.
Hello, it's James here. I don't know if anyone's still listening, but I'm just editing this podcast. It's the 14th of December, it's 2:45 in the morning, and I thought we'd just round out the year by playing you some outtakes from the previous 8 episodes. So, if you're still listening, hi, how you doing? Hope you enjoy these.
Okay, so I'm going to start then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Action.
Hello and welcome to What's Persis podcast. As ever before, my name. No, I don't. Actually, I don't like that. As ever before. What's that mean? What's that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
As ever before. I quite like that.
I
there's a
don't.
blooper.
What does it mean?
Okay.
I'm just going to say my name. I don't know. Okay.
Well, James, I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but you did already tell us the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to cut that bit out so it seems like it's.
Oh, that's just cheating.
Out as well.
Yeah.
I feel so powerful that I get to edit this because I get to. Sometimes I edit it so it sounds like Stephen's agreeing with me on something when he didn't actually, when he was just saying yes to something else.
And you know that Stephen would never agree with you on anything.
Exactly.
No. And which film was that, Steve Reno?
It's also another film I've got at home on DVD as well. A film called Horns.
Oh yeah.
Where all of a sudden he starts growing horns and he doesn't know why.
Steve Areno.
I think it's a bit horny, baby.
I knew you were going to say that, Damian.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes, please.
Question 5. I'll do that again.
James.
Yes, Stephen.
Have you said hello to Marie yet?
Oh Christ, no!
Oh no!
Yeah, James told me to tell James to.
Thanks for reminding me.
Make James say hello to Mum.
Do you mind if I just go to the toilet? I should have gone before we started, but
No.
there we go. What do you find a section to do? And
And should we wait for you to come back before we start it?
Yeah. We can find the section while he's gone for a loo.
yeah.
James has gone for a poo 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 poo, a poo poo poo, a poo poo poo. James has gone for a poo 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 poo. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yes, and James, you're not allowed to cut any of that out. That has to go in the podcast.
Yeah, James is staying in because Stephen's singing. The first time Stephen voluntarily sings. It is, isn't it? First time he kind of voluntarily
I don't know if you can call it singing, but you know.
That's singing.
Do you think Stephen still gets children's shoe sizes?
You think James has to get extra fat bastard
Stephen, we were supposed to have 20 seconds of silence.
James read it first.
Oh, look what you've done. You made me clip out my microphone now. Okay. I'll do. F*** it.
I'm having far too much fun with this.
What would you do if you started getting offered like really high, well-paid professional acting work, but it was just all of the parts were like small jolly man?
Well paid, you know.
No, the
To go where the work is, I suppose.
The pay is S4C grade money. It's basically nothing.
Oh. Well, they can off then.
That's what.
Hello, S4C. Off.
I'm fine. I've been ready for ages. Been waiting on you lot.
Yeah, we were waiting on you. Now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now calm down. You know, it's calm down.
Oh, you didn't tell me you could do a Scouse accent. We could have done another round of hip hip hooray.
I can do
Hooray! Hooray! Great! Hooray! Great! Amazing!
hip fucking hooray, lad.
Just have that in it. Just James, use this clip and put it in that.
Yeah.
Don't be sitting on any accents or voices you can do now. I'm going to use them. You know, I'm going to use them. I'm going to get around to it.
So, are you guys happy that I came to you and said I want to start doing a podcast?
The day that you told us about that, I just finished a project, and I was like, okay, I have 15 projects. I've just finished one. I can cross one off the list. I've now only got 14 projects. And then Tom's like, oh yeah, I've written this film. And then you're like, yeah, I want to start a podcast. I'm like, God damn it. So I've got 16 projects.
Yes, literally.
But never mind. At least I'm working, eh?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Oh, look! It's a 3-headed giraffe.
Yeah. Where is it, children?
Where's she exploring?
She's exploring the upside down by the looks of it.
Yeah.
See?
Where?
She's exploring the upside down by the looks of it, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is it, children? Please tell me. It's over there, Dora. Oh, where?
And she speaks
It's behind
Yeah.
you.
she speaks in Spanish for like half of the episode and then goes, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah. And why does she always dress the same? I mean, who goes exploring dressed like that?
She does.
Like, if she goes exploring, she'll be ripped to shreds wearing shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did a random thing in rehearsals. I was told to keep it in. And I was just damning everybody there. And then he was supposed to try. So we were sort of, at one point in the song, we were supposed to try to copy each other and outdo each other a little bit, I think. And I did that dance that I do in it, where this is legs up high each side. And loose arms as well. I don't know why I'm trying to show you on camera because you can't see me.
And you sat down as well. Yeah, it was great. I remember that. It was like gravity had somehow eluded you
Yeah.
when you were doing that. It was brilliant.
Wasn't Peter Pan the first pencil that me, Stephen, and James was all in together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my first one.
Yeah.
Wow, you were not in the show necessarily, apart from the crocodile, which
Yeah.
you were in a.
Apart from the-
I would describe as a gimp suit.
It's like it was a Death Eater suit.
Yeah, they're right, James.
Whatever, James. Whatever.
Wasn't my choice. Anne made me wear it. It wasn't my choice.
Oh, really? Did she now, James?
Oh.
Oh, no. You're just making excuses. I bet you really enjoyed it, really.
He did. He was holding a crocodile.
Well,
The very same show. Oh, not the very same show, but the very same pantomime. Our friend Angharad.
Yeah.
She lost a finger.
tip of a thing.
I think we told this story in the last episode of the podcast.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yes.
Well, to find
That
out
was just
more,
a recap for you, that was.
to find out more, click on the last episode.
Cool.
James has got too much f***ing editing. Oh my lord!
I've got a 1,000-word essay proposal to write by Thursday as well.
Oh,
No sleep for me. Okay.
Anyway, there we go, listeners. Hope you enjoyed that. That's something for you to look forward to for next year. Christmas 2021.
Let's hope that it happens.
yeah.
And let's hope the lots of you live in the general vicinity of Anglesey so that you can come and watch it.
Yes.
Or if you live anywhere else, like in Warrington, I am talking about you, my dear mother. You can come anytime.
Good answer. That stays in, James.
Don't tell me how to edit.
Oh, James, you need to use the EQ. You need to.
Don't talk to me about EQ. I was EQing while you were still in.
How much have we recorded so far?
Yeah.
Nearly an hour.
Yeah, let's look at Audacity on here.
It's 58
Oh,
minutes for
we've not
me.
been recording.
Oh,
That's all right. In one of the first ones we did, James accidentally
yeah.
deleted a recording, so we had to do it
Yeah.
again.
But
Are you actually not recording?
No, I'm not recording.
What do you think, James?
I don't know. I don't trust you.
You look at me and you're like, I don't know anymore.
He didn't know anything to begin with. Not anymore.
ooh,
Stephen's fighting back after all those
He's
short
fighting
time
back.
jokes.
He's fighting out of his corner.
it just needs a little time to sort of think about these comebacks, and then he strikes. And
That's been processing for half an hour.
yeah, he's just been waiting a good time to say it.
Rendering 1%.
Okay, so what are we doing now?
Are we doing the outro?
Oh, right, okay.
Actually, let me just choose a song quickly.
Okay.
Should probably do does anyone have any Christmas Panto song requests?
Which Pantos song do we all generally like? That's not springtime. Like something that is a good banger. Mind the poo.
Good Bennett.
So, are we going to have a quiz to end this or not? Or we're just going to end?